Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Petovich here. It's the weekend and we've got some rain chances, but I want to break down the exact timing and why you don't need to plan for a washout Saturday or even for a huge amount of rain. It's really going to be an isolated couple of hours we're going to watch. Let's start with where this front is right now. This is the front that's heading our way. And one thing I'm noticing tonight, and this is new that I'm recording this right now, it's picking up a little bit of speed. So this is looking more like a morning event, at least for the western Carolinas, and then moving into the afternoon for the eastern Carolinas. So some good news, it is picking up some speed. I've been watching it pretty closely tonight just to see how much it is going to pick up speed. It's making pretty steady progress to the east. So one thing I've been watching is that forward motion. How fast is that storm actually moving? And if you look at some of the radar data out of the Tennessee area, most of that wind and energy is moving about 30 miles per hour, so the individual storm. So if we put this to now, and we do a quick little storm track here. I'm going to put it to 30 miles per hour. And again, this is a super long track. A lot can change. We start tracking this off to the east at 30 miles per hour. Kind of gives you a rough idea on when this main line should arrive into the Carolinas. And I'll move this over here. You can see, you know, right around Atlanta, 1:45 in the morning, Greenville, Spartanburg, around 5 a.m., let's say, Hickory, around 6, Charlotte, around 7. And I do think that's probably pretty close to when that leading edge gets here. Now, the question is that it for tomorrow? Is that going to be the only batch of storms that move in? So one of the things that I've been looking at tonight is what we call the High Resolution Rapid Refresh. It's the HRRRR, High Resolution Rapid Refresh. This model runs, we run this every hour, and it's like self-correcting. So I'm going to run this into the overnight hours, and I'm going to stop this early in the morning. I got wind, clouds, and rain here. I'm going to stop this around 5 a.m. You could see that band basically entering the mountains right there. So there's our batch of rain, southerly winds, maybe a stray shower in that what we call WA or warm air advection. But watch what happens around 7 a.m. Almost to Charlotte, so that timing was not too far off. Just doing a basic storm track, basically from Taylorsville, Hickory, down to Shelby, and maybe to Spartanburg. Then that line pushes east, and really around 8 a.m. maybe gets to the Charlotte area. Then pushes towards Salisbury, Concord, Monroe around 9 a.m. And then we get to about 10 a.m., starts pushing towards Albemarle, Wadesboro, Rockingham. We go to about 11 a.m. The main line is moved east, but we still have some lingering showers here. But notice the time. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We're starting to see the dry air move in. So a lot of this, even though it's showing up here, might slowly erode. And you kind of see that in the model data. Look how quickly it kind of falls apart. 11 a.m. We go to noon. There's a little band there. And then to me, that looks like the main front right there pushing through, because notice we have southerly winds here. So somewhere in here the cold front is going to be pushing through, and once you get past that, dry air filters in, and you can see by 1 o'clock the worst of it's past, and going into the afternoon, you know, you're looking at lower and lower rain. Well, the model kind of stops there abruptly, but you get the idea. Basically pushes out and we're pretty much done. So if we look like an hour by hour forecast tomorrow, which I'll quickly grab here, and this again, this is for the Charlotte metro area, you get kind of a rough idea there. Basically, in the morning is going to be the storm chance. By about noon to 1, the rain moves out, and then we start to dry out for the afternoon. We could even go even further into this. We could break this down by more hours on Saturday. You can see those rain chances, how they kind of peak in the morning into noon, and then they drop off fairly quickly. So that means for evening activities like prom or let's say Charlotte FC, things are looking good. So I think you're going to wake up to rain in many locations tomorrow, but don't let that trick you into thinking the whole day is going to rain. Remember, the chance of rain doesn't mean duration and intensity. It just means the chance of seeing rain at some point during the period, which is tomorrow. So for a 24-hour period, there's probably only a 2-hour window, maybe a 3-hour window max, where you have a chance of rain tomorrow, and after that, everything starts to move out. So I'll do an update tonight at 11. Of course, I'll post updates tomorrow. If you have morning plans, those are the ones you got to be careful of. Afternoon and evening is looking pretty good right now.